Today, let's trace one of the most incredible journeys in history. It's a story of freedom, of tough trials, and amazing faith that played out over 40 years in a huge, unforgiving wilderness.
Okay, so this map lays out one of history's most epic treks, the path of the nation of Israel from slavery in Egypt all the way to the edge of the Promised Land. But when you look at it, one question just jumps right out at you. Look closely here. You can see this much shorter, more direct route right up the coast of the Great Sea. It was called the Way to the Land of the Philistines. It's basically a straight shot. So why on earth would millions of people take this massive, looping, difficult path through the desert? That's really the big puzzle we're going to dig into today.
To figure out the path they took, we've got to go all the way back to the very beginning, their dramatic escape from Egypt. So let's zoom in right here, to Goshen. This was the region in Egypt where the Israelites lived. Starting from the city of Ramesses, their journey kicks off. After hundreds of years of slavery, they're finally free. But notice, their first steps aren't towards the coast. Nope, they head southeast, going directly into the wilderness.
And here, folks, is the answer to that big question. The direct route meant walking straight into a fight. Think about it. These were newly freed slaves, not some trained army. So Jehovah guided them along the wilderness route. Yeah, it was longer, it was way harder, but it was a path designed to protect and prepare them, not throw them into immediate conflict.
And this path wasn't just some little detour. For 4 decades, this was their entire world, a time that was defined by huge challenges and a constant need to rely on Jehovah. 40 years. Just let that number sink in for a second. A baby born when they left Egypt would be a full-grown adult with their own family by the time they arrived. This wasn't just a trip, it was an epic test of endurance. Okay, so after that incredible miracle at the Red Sea, their journey takes them deep into the wilderness of Shur. You can see some of their early stops right here on the map, places like Marah, where bitter water was miraculously made sweet, and Elim. It was pretty clear right from day one, this place was harsh, and their survival was going to depend entirely on Jehovah's help. This really gets to the heart of their day-to-day reality. Imagine, millions of people, always worried about where their next drink of water or meal would come from in this brutal, empty land. Of course that's going to breed doubt and fear. But this is also where Jehovah's care became so real, so tangible. Providing water straight from a rock and a daily supply of manna from the heavens. Incredible.
But the wilderness wasn't just about survival. It was actually the stage for the single most important event in their history as a nation. And now, the journey leads to its spiritual center. After about 3 months, they arrive right here, at the base of Mount Sinai. This is the spot where their relationship with Jehovah was about to be cemented forever.
It's here, at Sinai, that the Israelites enter into the Mosaic Law covenant. They received this amazing legal code directly from God, including, of course, the 10 Commandments, that would guide every part of their lives, their worship, their government, how they treated each other. They weren't just a bunch of escaped slaves anymore. They were now a fully organized nation under Jehovah.
This timeline really helps put it all in perspective. Look at this. They leave Egypt and they get the law, all in the same year, 1513 BCE. That just shows you how foundational this event was. And then fast forward to the end date, 1473 BCE. That's the end of the 40 years when a new leader, Joshua, is ready to take a whole new generation into the land. But after that incredible high point at Sinai, the journey takes a really sad turn. They finally get to the border of the Promised Land, right there at Kadesh Barnea, but a bad report from some of the spies just fills the people with fear. They lose their faith, and because of that lack of faith, that entire generation was told they would wander until they passed away.
And this part of the map, this is where you really see those 40 years play out. From Kadesh Barnea, the place where fear stopped them in their tracks, they just wander. Look at all of these encampments. There are dozens of them. Each name on this map isn't just a place, it's a stop, it's a story, it's another test of faith, and importantly, it's another time Jehovah showed he was still caring for them.
If you had to pick one word to describe this whole 40-year saga, it's got to be perseverance. Just think about it, the ability to keep going, to stay steadfast, even with all that difficulty, and a 4-decade delay in seeing the promise fulfilled. That was a lesson they had to learn the hard way, day after day, in the school of the wilderness.
But every journey, no matter how long and winding, eventually comes to an end. And after 40 long years, the wandering was finally over.
And this is the final stop, the plains of Moab.
A brand new generation of Israelites is standing right here, and they're looking across the Jordan River at the city of Jericho. The goal that their parents only got to dream about is now right there, right in front of them.
It's just an incredible end to the story, isn't it? A journey that could have taken a few weeks ended up taking a lifetime. It was absolutely filled with failure and hardship, but it was also a powerful story of constant divine care and guidance that in the end brought them exactly where they were promised they would go.
So it kind of leaves us with this thought to chew on. This ancient story maps out a physical journey, for sure, but it's also such a powerful metaphor for life. What does this 40-year track teach us about the importance of faith, of patience, and of pure perseverance when we're facing our own long and difficult paths?